And it's wild that you won your first one at 17, just first ever pro moto came out, blew everyone's doors off. And then, you can be 27 to 10 years to win the first 450 title. It's like, that's how much harder it is to win it at that highest level. Like that's a wild difference in the sport, like it's the same thing. It's the pro ranks, but like one is just the first race of the outdoors on a 250 and the other one is like you got to win 17 races on a 450 in Supercross.
It's I guess if you look at the big picture, we get to have a good time frame, as long as you stay relatively healthy. 15 years, totally possible.
Oh, yeah. I think too, the injury with the Achilles, like that had to have extended your career. Like you were going to win the championship that night. And if you did, like, surely.
Probably would have set sail.
For sure.
Probably would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So now that I think back to that, it's like extended my career another 2 years.
Yeah.
24 was not great, but coming back from an Achilles injury, maybe it was a success winning a race.
Yeah.
Guess I'm going to find out soon here in 25, because I know I'm physically more solid. I'm not limping around at all or not compensating for it.
Yeah.
So we'll find out soon. But yeah, I probably would have set sail after that season.
Yeah.
23. But before that, even I did sign up for the motocross because those 2 years at Yamaha I was able to sign Supercross only deals.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of an option for moto. But I was gonna race the moto, and then maybe that would have been it.
Yeah, because you won the year before in Colorado. That was how crazy is that too? Just 12 months apart, you have the highest high in Colorado, and then just fast forward 12 months, and that's like almost the lowest. Like that probably had to be the lowest moment of your career.
Oh, bar none. That's just the nightmare of any Supercross racers.
The worst case scenario.
It's literally the nightmare.
Yeah.
And it came true. It just doesn't even compute with your brain.
I felt that.
It just doesn't even compute.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that happen?
Yeah. That was literally
it wasn't like I had a spectacular sweet crash into the stands, over the bars, made this huge mistake. Dude, you could say I barely overjumped the over. Barely. And then my Achilles just popped.
Do you remember the feeling? Like it was just because you pulled off instantly. Mm-hmm. So you had to have just known that it was done.
Yeah, I knew it was done. It felt like someone just sniped the back of my foot.
Yeah. Like
it was this crazy burn and I couldn't put any weight on it. And I thought I broke my leg.
Had you had any?
I'm like, did I really just break my, I don't know, what's down, tib fib or whatever? I'm like, did I really just do that? But little did I know, it was,
Had you ever had any problems with it or anything like that? Or it was tight or
Nope.
It's just a random, well, is that what Jalik just did? Yeah, did you see that? Jalik Swell.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And obviously there's a lot of pressure. And these days, the modern riding technique is just so much more balls of your feet than what it ever has been before.
Yeah.
Way better for actually riding, but the load that you're putting through that part of your body. And I think there's some crazy studies and statistics around once you're over 30, the percentage of that.
Yeah, the
injury.
male over 30 is, I think, the highest risk category. Yeah.
So you just almost
so we're
don't even have to do anything wrong.
Yeah, people can do it just stepping off a curb too, is what I've learned. It's just, it's one of those things that can go. And like you said, as the sport evolves, that is the athletic position, being on the balls of your feet. But yeah, it's wild. It's like the knee was always the thing, right? And it still is.
Yeah, but
now these Achilles are showing themselves, techniques changing. Maybe the speeds are going up. I'm not sure.
I wonder if it's an interesting point. I wonder if we're getting less knees because everyone's riding on the toes and in. Because a lot of the knees used to be because you'd get caught in a rut, or like when was the last time that happened to a dude at the top level? Maybe like that is more than you.
Maybe
like,
we're overlooking it, but I think it has some there's something to it.
Did you watch the crash and like you watched it back a bunch and just like to even see if you did it?
Yeah,
anything
just
wrong?
I
It's
mean,
nothing.
I've had so many moments where you've just smashed a triple or overjumped something and loaded yourself way heavier and gnarlier in that moment. So it was just sick. Yeah.
With the one, like with the number one, about to get the dub. Go back a bit. Dude, I remember I was watching it by myself in Dubai, and my brother called me instantly and was just like, bro, what happened? Like, what did we just watch?
Yeah.
Just literally nothing, eh? Yeah, go back. That's when.
And you could say a tiny overjump, but not. I was still doing the triple, like no problem. It wasn't like I had a checkup or.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just freaky stuff.
And did you think you were done after that? Like, were there any thoughts of retirement? Like, I'm not going to come back from this?
Yeah, I remember in the motorhome that night, because thankfully I was in Denver and I was able to go up to Vail the next day to get fixed. But I was like, sitting there just, telling myself at night and my wife, like, yo, that's it. And then, of course, things change. But yeah, after that night, I'm like, how do you? But then it like my mind reversed. I'm like, I am not going out like that. Like that. A couple of days later, I'm like, no. I'll never let that one. Have my career in that way.
If you retired off the back of that, that's one of the biggest tragedies in the sport.
It would be a
like imagine, that would be like completely an unacceptable last chapter of the story, and to come back. And if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.